Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone is having a great start to 2022, even though with all of the current news, what's going on with Russia and Ukraine. Oh gosh, I just feel like there's always something. I felt like this was about to be a summer where we were finally going to be able to have something decent because, you know, some of the mask mandates are beginning to vanish, and then you hear this and it's like, oh no. So I'm praying for the country, I'm praying for Ukraine, really praying for anyone. I hate war, period. I hate any kind of war. So, but let's get into something fun. So some of you who follow me on the blog know that I've been going antiquing on some of my days off. So I recently purchased this beautiful hand mirror. So oh gosh, I can't remember the antique store I went to. I go to about 3 or 4 on rotation. So this is actually a hand mirror. I'm going to face it down so that way we don't see anything crazy. But so this hand mirror I picked up at the antique store. It's really pretty. I think I just paid a few dollars for it. I actually saw this on an Instagram antique feed where someone was selling it. So I thought I got a really good piece. It's really heavy, really sturdy, and I like it a lot. I think I only paid $15 for it, $13 for it. I can't really remember. Another beautiful item that I found was this beautiful brooch. So this is really pretty. A lot of you know that I love brooches. So this actually, I purchased it with my items and somehow it fell out of the bag. So when I got home, we realized that it was gone. The owner of the antique store placed it in a little burlap sack that I think fell out of my bag and fell to the ground in the parking lot. So my husband graciously called and went back to see if they still had it, and they did. They actually kept it. So that was really nice because when I got home I was really sad because I really love this piece and it's quite beautiful, and I love vintage antique brooches, and this is pretty heavy and solid, so I'm glad I was able to get that back. The last item that I picked up at the antique store is this gorgeous perfume bottle. At least that's what it looks like to me. It's really heavy, very pretty. I think I paid $30 for it. The lid pops off. It's beautiful. I think you can probably put flowers in it, but I'm not sure what I want to do with it or what I want to fill it with, but it's really pretty. I love it. I just like looking at it on my dresser. So those are the pieces that I picked up recently. So today's video is going to be what I call some of my dream books. I share some of these books on my blog, and a lot of these I picked up within the last couple of years. So we're going to start off with Hill House Vintage. I think a lot of us follow Paula Sutton on Instagram, and so I picked up her book. This is her first published book, and it's really cute and really pretty. She's got recipes. She shares how she got started in her Hill House Vintage life, what it was like growing up. I think she actually has a picture of her childhood home in here. Let me see if I can find it real quick. But I really love Paula's feed, and I love how honest she is in her book. Can't seem to find the house, but it's a really cute book. I really like it. She talks about quitting her job in the fashion industry and growing up, loving antiques. This is something about her mood board. So, gosh, I can't find the photo of her childhood home, but I love some of the recipes that she has in here. I think, like I said, most of us follow her on Instagram, so she shares a lot of her baked goods and a lot of the beautiful items that she cooks. So that's Paula right there. But I'm a huge fan, and I love Paula. I think she's probably a sweetheart. So, but that's her, and that's her little boy when he was a baby. I think that's who it is. So, yep, her little boy. Gosh, I really want to find that photo of her childhood home. Now I can't seem to locate it. That's how things go when you're looking for something. Oh, I think I did. Ah, there's her childhood home, which is a beautiful Tudor home. So she talked about her father, and she said, this is a wonderful Edwarding house where my mother's dreams of having a country house were finally realized. So I would have loved to grow up in a house like that. It's quite gorgeous. I think her mother was a fan of antiques as well, so I will link that below. Love Paula. I think I just shared this recently. I picked up this on Amazon. This is Vintage Roses, and this is This is by Jane Eastoe, but it has photography by Georgiana Lane. So I think a lot of us follow her as well on Instagram. I love Georgiana's pictures of flowers, and this not only has beautiful photos, but it talks about the flowers as well. It gives a description of how they started and how they do in different parts of the country, how you can grow them. So I really love this book. I'm actually thinking about taking it with me when I go to the nursery this summer to look at flowers, because I would love to have some climbers on the side of my home, like some roses that climb. I'm a little afraid that they get into the roof, into the foundation. I'm not sure. So if any of you have climbers around your home, I would love to know how they're growing and how they're doing in what part of the country that you live in, because I would really love to have some. One of my good friends, she grew wisteria, and she said it grows like a weed, and she actually cut it and stopped growing it because I guess it got out of hand. But this is another great book. I would encourage anyone who loves flower gardens or English gardens to pick this up. I mean, there's a lot of information, and it teaches you how to grow roses in your part of the country. So the next book is French Country Cottage. Another Instagrammer and blogger, Courtney Allison. So she also has a great feed. I love this book too. Has lots of flowers and lots of beautiful things, lots of what I call shabby chic decor. So I'm trying to find, I wanted to pin down some of my favorite pages, but I ran out of stickies. So this book is also great. She talks about her journey and how they fixed this old home up and how she decorated it and where she got all of her pieces from. She does a lot of DIY projects as well. So this is another great book that I enjoyed reading on my lunch break. So I would love to have this in my backyard. Beautiful gardens and all the greenery. Since we've been spending so much time at home these last 2 years, it's been, quite nice trying to find ways to make your home beautiful. So it's another great book. I love this as well. Oops. I use, I'll share this real quick. I use postcards and bookmarks to mark things, sometimes when the books don't have ribbons. Here's another book, You're Invited. This is by Stephanie Booth. I think it's Shafran. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. But this is another entertainment book. Most of my books I'm finding on Amazon. So this book, I think Stephanie is another, what I would call tastemaker. So she's another interior designer and does lots of parties. And in here it has lots of recipes as well. That steak looks great, even though I don't like a lot of steak, but it looks really delicious. So in this book it has recipes, how to decorate. This is actually very masculine. This is one of the rooms that she decorated that was very masculine. I think it might have been her husband's study. And I think she decorated that for him. I'm trying to find some of the beautiful blue and white photos. Gosh, can't seem to find any of those. Oh, she talks about living in New York. I think she has an apartment in New York close to Central Park. So there's a snapshot of the apartment in New York. So I love books like this where you can find inspiration from other interior designers, especially with everything going on. It's been really difficult. Oh, there's my dream doggy. I really want a Cavalier. But I'm trying not to get another dog after, our Bishop, our older one, passes, because we really need a break. It's been really hard, especially with, Deacon, who's only been gone a couple of months. So here are other pictures of other beautiful things as well. So this is another great book if you enjoy blue and white. She also reminds me of Tina from The Enchanted Home. So she's got a similar style to that. This book here is by Danielle Rollins, and it's called Soiree. So this is another entertainment style kind of book. It has lots of tips and tricks on how to cook foods. You can hear my doggy right now walking around. So I really enjoyed this book as well. Danielle also has a blog, and let's see, she has tips and tricks on how to do drinks and cooking, and here are some of her ideas on different cocktails and things like that. So trying to find more photos. It's kind of frustrating that I can't find things right now. So, but I really love this book too. I bought this book several years ago after I stumbled on Danielle's blog. I actually love this. These table name cards right here actually has a photo of the person and the name, or I think that's the photo of the person, but quite gorgeous. So that is Soiree by Danielle Rollins. And as I said, I will link all these books below if you're interested. This is the new Living with Blue and White by Victoria magazine. So this book is actually quite big. I was really shocked when it arrived in the mail. So this actually comes with a beautiful ribbon, and I love this book. It's quite affordable, so you can see all the beautiful rooms and the beautiful decor in this book. So I think a lot of us are huge fans of Victoria magazine. So I'm trying to go to the front where some of the beautiful blue and white china is. It's beautiful, and it gives a description of everything. It talks about where the antiques were picked up at, where they were purchased. So yeah, I love lots of the linens and lots of the photos. So I think a lot of us have already picked up Blue and White by Victoria magazine, so I would order if you can. It's a great book, and it's great to have with your tea, and if you would just want to sit and relax. Linens by Jane Scott Hodges. So Jane is also on Instagram, and I found her blog, I think. I can't remember how I found this, but this is linens, and Jane is an expert on vintage linens and monograms and everything that you need to dress your bed or your table. So I love this book. It's very educational if you want to learn about linens and how to care for it. Duvets. I love all the colors too. I'm starting to learn about colors and how things fit. So I actually got something tabbed right here. Oh yes, because I love the wallpaper. So I hope you guys can see all these photos, but it's quite beautiful. It's a really beautiful book. It's quite large, as you can see as I'm holding it. But I love all the linens that is displayed in each room. So like I said, it's a great book to pick up. I'm trying to hold it. It's another beautiful tablescape as well. So Linens by Jane Scott Hodges. And I would go ahead and look her up on Instagram if you want to see some of the photos. Sharon Santoni, another great blogger and great person on Instagram. This is her second book, French Country Home. And this is her second book. So in this book, Sharon goes over life in her country home in Normandy, and I would love to visit that one day. I think I follow her on the blog, and she does a lot of these tours each summer where they go to Burgundy and they go to Normandy and they go to Paris and they do antique shopping. One of the courses that she has going on in Burgundy right now, they're doing a perfume. They're doing a perfume class, which I would love to do that. So each year I always go into her website and see where they're traveling and what activities they're going to be doing. Last year or the year before, maybe 2019 before COVID, they did a flower arranging course, and that stuff just captured me because that's something I would love to do if I travel over there or when we do. So I'm trying to speak that into existence now. So this is her book for her home, and I've got a few things tabbed here. She is doing a flower arranging in her dining room. And I love her chateau. She said she bought it 20 years ago, her and her husband. I think her husband is French. And I forgot where she's from. Maybe England. But it's a great book. I love all the colors, all the textures. So I got another thing tabbed here. Her magnolia trees in her backyard, with her beautiful table settings. So this is another great book to look at. I love this beautiful arrangement. So it's another great book for inspiration and for home decorating. Sharon Santoni. So this is also Sharon's book, and this is about her French girlfriends, and each one of them has great jobs in over there in France or in England. Some of them own hotels. They have different businesses. Some of them have horses. So I love this book. It's so inspiring, and I hope I would love to have friends who do great things like this. So you have her friend Celestine. I'm sure I'm pronouncing it wrong, but she's a wedding dress designer, which is so great. And all of her friends have different jobs. It's so great. Like Claire, I think I've shared her on my blog before, her different paintings, and she's actually a wonderful artist. So I love a lot of her artwork. It's gorgeous. I love it. And this is actually Claire's home, a lot of these rooms. And she paints the walls and does the murals herself. And this is her chateau as well. So it's a great book with all kinds of different women who are very inspiring. They're very good and very talented at many different things. And some of them are husband and wife teams as well. So this is a great book if you want to be inspired and maybe talk your friends into their dreams so they can do some fantastic things. So now we're down to the Aerin Lauder books. And a lot of you know I love Aerin Lauder. I'm a huge fan of the Estee Lauder line. I use a lot of the products. I use the day wear, the night wear, I use the lipsticks, I use the foundation. So I'm always a big advocate for Aerin Lauder and the Estee Lauder brand. So this is Beauty at Home, and I love this book because this talks about her home in New York, and I think the beautiful white home that Estee lived in, and all of us love the wallpaper from Gracie Studios, this chinoiserie wallpaper in her dressing room. Gorgeous. So a lot of this is her home, and I think one of these is actually Estee's bedroom. Oh, here it is. It's the master bedroom where Estee stayed when she was around. And I love the brown. I think it's Fortuny. I think it might be Fortuny wallpaper. Not sure, but I love this room. It's gorgeous. Absolutely stunning. I wish I still had some of my grandmother's things around, but I don't have any of their things. I have their photos, but nothing like that. So I'm hoping that if my kids have children that I can be one of those grandmothers who has beautiful antiques and heirlooms to pass down. This is that was the first, this is the second, and this is Aerin Lauder, Entertaining Beautifully. So everyone has these beautiful entertaining books. So this is like Breakfast in Bed with all of the beautiful blue and white fabrics. I'm a huge fan of Aerin Lauder. I love it. I love her style. I love everything that she does. This is a beautiful spring luncheon. So I love this book. It's so great. Everything's bright. The photos are colorful. It's a gorgeous book. I'm trying to find a lot of the table settings that she does with all of the beautiful linens. So it's a gorgeous book as well. And the back. Love this book. It's so great. All right, this book right now I am what I call savoring right now during my lunch break. So this is Life in a French Country Home. And this is by Cordelia or Cordella. I'm not sure how you pronounce it. But I actually found her on YouTube. She has a video. And I love this book. The book has different reviews on Amazon. Some people love it. Some people hate it. I'm one of the people that loves it. So this cover right here is actually fabric, which is fantastic. I love it, love it, love it. So she's talking about her life. I think she works for Dior. So it's so colorful and so beautiful. There's pages and pages of beautiful interiors. She talks about her home during the summer, her childhood. I love all the family photos. I think those are really cool. This person down here, it's her mother. How fabulous is that? She looks great. I'm sorry. I love the wedding dress and the jewelry. I love it. I think it's great. I think she designed some Lily of the Valley china for Dior as well. I think it's Dior Home. So, I mean, like I said, there's lots and lots of pictures of beautiful, inspiring home decor. So I love this book. It's fantastic. Right now, I've just started it. There's another photo in here that I love that she took. Oh, this one. See, I love that. All the fabric, the wallpaper matching the curtains. Love that. So I'm really enjoying this book, and I will link it below if you're interested. Just look how fabulous it is. All the colors. Can't you see that being a shoe, a scarf, bed linens? So pretty. Last book is this gigantic one. My husband actually got me this for Valentine's Day, and this was on my list. This is Aerin Lauder's latest book, and it's called Estee, A Beautiful Life. This is fabric as well. It's humongous. I have not had a chance to read it because I'm still reading Cordelia's book, but this is next, and it slides out of this cover. So it's a beautiful book. It really is, and I love it. I flipped through a few pages. I can't wait to dive into it and see Estee Lauder's life. I'm such a huge fan, but it is a humongous, gorgeous book. And it's by Aerin and her sister Jane Lauder. And it has snapshots of handwritten notes by Estee, all of the entertaining that she did, how she started the company, the inspiration behind everything. I love it. Look how fun that is. Such a great book that you can have when on a quiet evening, when you get off work. Advertisements, that's what that is. And look at it with a cup of tea. So inspiring. It really is. I love it. I love all the glamour from way back when. Oh, look at all the beautiful colors. So I'm really going to enjoy this book. I can just flip through it now. I kind of just want to sit here and flip through it now. This is my all-time favorite photo of Estee. Love it. Isn't that great? Love to have a photo like that of your grandmother. Sitting there, being inspired, creating beautiful things. Love it. All right. So I hope you all enjoyed this video. I hope you found some inspiration in these books. Let's see. I'll have some new posts on the blog this week. It's going to be a very busy week for me at work. A few of the people that I supervise are going to be on vacation, but that's okay. That's part of the job. It's actually going to be nice and sunny here next week in Indy, so that means I can go out and do my morning walks. I haven't been able to do that for weeks because it's been so cold, so I'm really going to enjoy that. I'm looking forward to spring, but I'm not trying to rush it. So I just hope we can ease into life, and I hope things calm down all over the world. So I hope you guys have a great week, and I will see you all next time. Bye.